Okay, so I'm going to create this environment testing here, and then if your environment doesn't automatically pop up here. So you see how mine says Python 36? That's the environment I normally use, but that's not the environment I just created. So if you recall, I just created I'm an REU. So I need to go and find that. So it's a conda environment. So I'm going to select conda environment. Now we have to find it. By the way, this right here where it says girls, that's not like my folder of girls. That's like my kids. Wouldn't that be funny? Oh my god. I'm an REU. Okay, so has everyone created the project and changed the interpreter to the correct environment? Has anyone not done that? Okay, so then what I'll do is, you can see it's scanning install packages, so I guess this is going to take a while. So can one of our Windows users go through the differences of how you select the interpreter in PyCharm?
I believe it was pretty much the same thing for me.
It's not in the environments folder, right?
Well, isn't it when you're creating the project?
Yeah, so when you created the project, and then remember how I had to say existing interpreter, and I had to go in and select it, or something like that, and I had to go find it?
Yes.
That process is different once you get to the vertical directory listing, and you have to go in and select Anaconda 3, and then environments, and then select the environment, and select the bin, then select the Python. That part's just a little bit different for Windows users.
Yeah, for me, it was still within the environments, and then you go to the specific environment. But within the environment folder, I think there was just a python.exe immediately in the folder instead of in a bind folder.
Okay, so you go directly into the environments folder, and that's where it is?
Or sorry, not in the environments folder, but like once you go into your specific environment, there's no further folders to go into it.
Yeah, and it's in there? Okay, good. All right, well, thank you. Jenny, you got that?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I had to unmute like 3 times.
Okay, so I had to pause my PyCharm indexing. So down here where it's got that little bar, that progress bar, I had to pause it because it's like using 500% of my CPU. So I'm going to give my machine a minute to chill, and then we'll come back. So let's try. So inside of this, we have environment testing. So let's call this one the first file. Let's try. You can call it whatever you want, but I'm going to call mine open CV underscore tests. Okay. So we're gonna need we're gonna need an image to work with, so we can all be on the same page. Let's just find some image here. See if I have one in here. All right. I know what we'll use here. Okay, so let me upload this to Slack, and I guess. This will work. It's kind of big though. I'm going to share it in the assignments channel. I shared an image in there, so go ahead and copy or download that file somewhere on your machine, and that's what we're going to work with. So the first thing we're going to do, once you've done, I'll give you a second to do that. It probably would make the most sense to put it in this directory. So I'm going to take that image, I'm going to copy it wherever it currently lives, and I'm going to paste it into this directory. Or not. Oh my God. Okay, so I'll do that in a minute. But anyways, once you have that, okay, so once you move that image into the environment testing project directory, then you can simply use just the much shorter relative path, which is going to be this. Okay. Everybody good with that?
Yep.
Okay. And then, so at the top, we should have probably done this first. So the first thing we're going to say is import CV2. So the first thing we want to do is we're going to say image equals, and we're going to say CV2 dot read. I guess I'll use relative image path. God, this is taking forever. So since mine is indexing, I can't run this program, this file. So why don't you guys tell me how it ends up on your end?
Is it read or I am read?
Oh, ImRead, you're right. I'm sorry, ImRead.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm still indexing the files as well.
Okay, you're still indexing. So you see how these things just highlighted, like this, whatever, and you see here how it says import CV2, and it's not there. Of course, oh, now it's up. It's indexing the environment I'm actually currently using, and it looks like it's going to take a while. So, oh my God, so annoying. Okay, so it's almost 6 o'clock. So let's just do this. I'm going to go back into that file I was in. And let's pull out some of this stuff here. I'll put it in there. And you can play with this tonight. Okay, so this is very important here. So this is going to read the image here, right? Into a NumPy array. That's important. Okay. So once you've read it in, now as image, it's essentially just an array of numbers. One thing to note that's important, and I'll put that here, is that OpenCV reads images in BGR order, not RGB. Of course, you can always change that if you want to, if you need to, but just keep in mind that it works that way. So it reads in BGR, and but that's going to be fine for our purposes. So here's the idea. As long as you use OpenCV to display the image as well, there's no issue. So if OpenCV reads in the image and displays the image, then it's going to sort out its own business. Does that make sense? But if you use OpenCV to read the image, and then you use something like Matplotlib to display the image, then there's going to be an issue because Matplotlib is going to expect the image in RGB. So cv2.imshow, you have to title the window something. So let's just call it confusion matrix. It doesn't matter, you could call this nothing. And then you're gonna, the first argument is the window name, and then the second argument is going to be image, the array that you're passing in, okay? And then immediately following show, so what it's gonna do is it's gonna show the image, and it's gonna be so infinitely fast that you won't be able to see it. So we have to give some time to kind of allow it to continue to show itself. So you're going to see CV2, wait key. I think this is the syntax. I'll have to check. So you can see how these, right. This is right?
Yeah. You
see how the they use camel case, and it's because this came from C++. So, and then, so what's going to happen here, 0 means you're going to open the file indefinitely until a key is pressed, okay? So if you can try this, is there anybody whose skeletons are not indexing?
Mine have finished.
Okay. Excellent, everything works.
And yeah, the code worked.
Nice. Okay, so that's good.
I needed to add a couple lines because the window wouldn't close.
Yeah, so here's another one you can add here too. So cv2.destroy think it's all Windows or something. OpenCV destroy all Windows. Aha, I was right. Here it is, okay? Destroy all Windows. It sounds so like final. Okay. So let's see, you're gonna let me run? Oh, nice. So let's see what we get.
You have a typo in destroy.
Thank you. Very good catch. Let's see, import error, library not loaded. Well, we'll find out, won't we? So here we go. Here's my error. So import error, DL open, library not loaded, something something reference, something something required or later, but provides version of something something. Okay, so let's first make sure that, okay, so here's an important opportunity to try something. One cool thing is, so I'm going to take this code, I'm going to copy this code, and I'm going to go over to a Colab notebook. Okay, so Google Colab. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I need to isolate where my problems are coming from. Is it my code, or is it the packages and my environments and that kind of stuff? So I need to split that thread. So in order to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to Colab Notebooks. I'm going to create a new notebook, and I'm going to run my code there because Colab will handle all of the dependencies and packages for me. So if my code is good, it should work fine. So let's give it a shot. Does that make sense to everyone? Except obviously the image is not here. So I need to. That's annoying. Upload. Here we go. Okay. Okay, so upload the file in there. So who has it worked for? I know it worked for Christian. Who else has got it working?
It worked for me as well.
I got it working.
Tamik, you got it working, and then Matthew, you got it working, you said?
Yep.
Great, okay.
I got it working as well.
Wei, that was you, good, nice.
I had it working.
Okay, who was that? Joe?
Yeah.
Okay, Audrey, where are you at?
I'm just trying to figure how do I get the like the image path? I'm still struggling with that. I got everything else written up, but I just I'm struggling with that part.
Okay, so first I'll say this. So you may notice that I go on my Mac, I right click and I come down here and I click copy path. That option is not a default option on Mac. I had to use an automator to add that option to my Finder menu. However, so to avoid that, there's a couple things you can do. You can either drag and drop the image into a command window and it will give you the file name, path. Or what you could do is if you copy that image into the PyCharm project directory, then all you have to do is call it by its name, which is figure1.png.
Okay, so I thought that might be a solution, so I'll try that and then I'll figure it out.
Okay, Callie, where are you at?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Good question.
Yeah, good question.
So do you have OpenCV installed? Let's start there.
Yeah, I've got everything written up, but I got an error, and I don't know what it means.
You got an error with OpenCV in PyCharm?
With running the code.
In PyCharm though?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now then, so for Arushi, how about you?
Yeah, mine works.
Yours worked. And when you say work, you mean in PyCharm?
Yeah.
Nice. Good. Daniel, where? Oh, you're probably just good. Okay, so for those of you who didn't work, let's come over to let's go over to Colab and try it there. So I'm going to run this and see what happens. CV2 mshow is disabled in Colab because it causes Jupyter sessions to crash. As a substitution, consider using, oh, nice, look at this. From Google Colab. And see, these guys are so nice. CV2 mshow. Yeah. Nice. Okay. So it looks like the code's fine. Everything's good there. Okay. So the moral of this entire story is, super high level story is that, as you can already see, and maybe there's, you know, one or two of you who haven't had any package dependency errors or whatever, but for the most part, you can see it's a huge, huge pain in the butt. So Google Colab is such a good tool to kind of come over here and just make sure everything's working. So we know our code's cool. So now what we're going to do is we're going to figure out, well, what's the problem? So in my case, I have an interpreter which I know works. The OpenCV is fine. So I didn't mean to do that. So what I'm going to do on my machine is I'm going to try changing my interpreter and checking to see if maybe it fixes the problem. So I know this one works. So let's give it a shot.
I got the same issue.
Interesting. CV2 error. OpenCV volume, blah, 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 blah. Error. Size dot width is greater than 0 and in function mshow. So let's try this. What we're going to do is we're going to work our way backwards. So what I'm going to do in PyCharm, if you select multiple lines like this and you press, I guess on Windows it's probably Control / on Mac it's Command /, it'll comment the whole block out for you. So
how come your image isn't displaying in your project folder?
Thank you. It's not even there. Thank you. It's an empty path. Yeah. That's why they pay you the big bucks. Yeah, because remember when I was trying to put it in there, I was still indexing and it wouldn't let me. So.
Control / did work for Windows.
It did. Excellent. Thank you.
Also, when you copy path in Windows, it gives it to you with backslashes, and I just manually went through and changed them all to /.
Yeah, I just figured that one out too.
Doesn't that seem weird to you guys though?
Yeah.
Like why does it have, like why would it be the complete opposite? That just seems, I don't know, it's just another reason why it is. Okay, so I'm moving a file here. Let's do that. Okay, all right, so now let's try it. I'm going to uncomment this block, so either undo or, so let's try it. By the way, in the, this is probably not necessarily important for you guys, but so here's the image over here. See how it worked? So you may not see the image because it actually is behind the editor window. So sometimes you have to move the editor window over a little bit, okay? So in other words, it worked with a different environment. So I know it's possible, so I just gotta figure out how. So here I'm gonna press escape and it's gonna close, and then you can see it finishes the code here. So in order to solve this problem, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come over here, I'm gonna activate my environment again. Okay, so this is super important, so pay attention for those people who it's not working for. Source activate, I'm an REU. I have to uninstall the OpenCV that I installed. So I used Conda to install it. So what I'm gonna do now, let me see what the command was. I think it's remove. Delete con environment, no. Delete package Conda. Conda remove. So what you're gonna do is, okay, so for whoever the code did not work inside of PyCharm. Are you guys with me in the command window so we can make sure that this works?
Yeah.
Okay, so what you wanna do is you wanna do conda list here, okay? Once you've entered into your virtual environment, you wanna enter it. You want to do conda list, and you wanna come up here and we wanna see what the correct name for OpenCV was when we installed it, okay? So it was in fact OpenCV. Because I say that, because sometimes, like for example, I know the pip users used Conda, or they used pip, but it was OpenCV-Python. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do Conda remove OpenCV. Okay? Okay, for those of you who everything's working okay, I'm going to show you something that I would like you to do or look at a little bit overnight. Where was it? I think it's here. No, CFAR 10 maybe. Yeah, CFAR 10, that's what it is. What did I do with that? It's so annoying. Okay, GitHub. Here we go, this should work. Okay. So here's what I want you guys to do. So So I'm going to give you a little context real quick. So the code that you're looking at right now, or the GitHub, the repository you're looking at, is for classification on the CFAR10 data set, okay? Which is going to be assignment 1 that's coming in like, you know, a day or so. So for those of you who want it, this is what assignment 1 will be something similar to this. This is my personal GitHub, so I'll share this into the chat if you're interested. Okay, because I know somebody asked. Okay, here's what I want you to do. Go into the data file and scroll to the very bottom. Oops. Okay, scroll to the very bottom. So here where it says if name is equal to main. So for those of you who don't know, that just basically means if data.py was the file that you actually ran, then do these things. If data.py was called by another file, then don't run these things down here. So you can ignore that part, but the point is what I want you to do is starting from this line right here is import CV2 and NumPy. This is just the data path that I've called it here. And here's the idea, is that you're going to import the CFAR10 data set, training set. And what I want you to do is I want you to go through those images using commands like these to visualize those images, okay? Now you can also, because this is your OpenCV practice, so you can see it has destroy all windows, move window, resize window, show some stuff, resize. So this is going to have some good little tools. It's going to show you how to take an image from this data set, which means it's coming from PyTorch, convert it back into NumPy array, and then display it with OpenCV, okay? Even for the people who are pretty good, this is probably a good little exercise to do. For those of you who never make it that far, RIP. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, what I really meant to say was, no, I'm just joking. MNIST prep assignment, and in the Python notebook. Didn't I do some displaying of the images and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. So in the MNIST assignment, assignment 0, I don't even know where I did that. Who knows? I think I shared it with you guys. Let's make sure, I guess. Oh, I think there's a link here, right? Yeah. Okay, yes. So let's try this link. Excellent. So in the MNIST assignment, Python note, or whatever it was, I think it was a Python notebook. No. Anyways, look in the Slack files. It's assignment 0 MNIST PDF, so it's the PDF. Okay, in there, in part 2, you're gonna find a link here. And in that link, I load training data for the MNIST data set. And then what I do is I use matplotlib to display images from the MNIST data set. My challenge for those of you who are done is to replace these things with OpenCV and see how you can do, okay? Good? So that's for everybody who has it working so far. For those of you who have it, OpenCV working, the code worked for you, you guys are done. You can leave and we'll talk. Just let me know whatever you need, okay?
Wait, so what do you want us to replace with OpenCV?
So in the, so the first thing, so for everyone who's OpenCV and everything's environments, blah, 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 is working fine. The first thing I want you to do is go to the link I just sent you in the chat. It's a GitHub repository. I want you to go to the data file, scroll all the way to the bottom, and try starting, I'm sorry, you probably want to start with the torch vision or all the way to the top. So, and copy all of these things right after if name equals name and try to get this all running here, because this has a couple good examples for how to manipulate stuff with OpenCV, okay? That's task 1. And then task 2 is to go to the Keras MNIST PDF in Slack files. Look for this bit link here. Open that Colab notebook and it'll look like this. Not like that. It'll look like this. And you're gonna see here where I have displaying the images from MNIST. I use Matplot library. My challenge to you is to replace these things with OpenCV instead of Matplotlib. Okay? Okay. So that's for everybody's whose stuff is working fine so far. You guys are done. Try to do those things, and I'll see you tomorrow. Message me if it wasn't clear what I said. And then for everybody who's not just ready, we probably want to make sure that you're ready to go. So you guys probably want to hang around. So the people who are done, you're welcome to leave. If you want to stay, you can stay.
Thanks.
Tomorrow.
See ya.
Bye.
Okay, so for the people who want to stick around and get this running, so
I didn't find so I did the whole
remove.
what was it, conda list or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And I don't see OpenCV on here.
Interesting.
But if I scroll up, it says like I can see where it says that it was successfully installed. And so
Okay.
I'm really confused.
So let me ask you this. Probably what happened is that you were in a virtual environment then and you're not now, or you were not in a virtual environment then and you are now.
The virtual environment is like the IM and RU thing.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I'm in the same one. I'm almost positive because I went back and checked that.
So let me ask you this. When you installed OpenCV, were you in it?
I'm pretty sure. It
Double check.
looked like I was. I went back and, yeah, because mine's just called Callie Carter.
Okay.
And so it says, I think. Let me see.
Spencer, you good, man?
Yeah, well, I think I have a similar problem. So I'm in my new environment, and
Yeah.
I did the install OpenCV, and it looked all good. But when I went into PyCharm, it gave me some like error messages saying it's install packages failed, couldn't install like CV2 and stuff. So I went ahead and uninstalled OpenCV
Okay.
in that environment, and I might try the pip. I'm not sure. What do you think?
Let me ask you this. Are you on a Windows or a Mac?
Mac.
Okay. And are you 100% sure when you go up here to the preferences, you come down to this interpreter, that you're in the right interpreter?
I'll double check. I'm pretty sure.
Okay. So Callie, what's your answer? Were you in the virtual environment when you installed OpenCV?
Yeah, I don't think I was, because I was, and then it left it, and I didn't realize that it took me out of it.
It's so easy to happen. I mean, you're logging in, you're logging out, you're doing, so.
Yeah. I left it open too. I was like, I'm just gonna leave this here so I don't wreck anything, and it still kind of bumped me. All right, I'll try that again.
So I am in the correct interpreter.
Okay. Okay. So then you're probably having the same problem that I am, whatever that is. Let me see here. So let's just give this one more second. Scanning install packages. Okay. So let's give this another shot. I want to see what happens. Are these the same answer or errors that you're getting?
No, mine's different.
Okay, what is yours?
I can share the screen here.
Yeah, please do.
So I have this little like icon here, and then a little red. Won't let me click on it now.
What is that thing?
No module named CV2. And then I click down here on the event log, and it says,
Let me ask you this. Did you try to install OpenCV inside a PyCharm?
no.
So you did it from the command line?
Yeah, I did it all from the command line, and it seemed to install fine, but I'm just having trouble on the PyCharm aspect of it.
Can you show
That
me?
was the, oh, what? Sorry.
Yeah, can you show me where you installed it in the command line?
Yeah.
I fixed my thing in the command line because I was having an error that looked exactly like that, and it went away when
So
I reinstalled it.
Is yours working now, Callie?
Well, that error went away. Let me run it.
Okay. Too soon to tell.
Yeah.
So here's a little hack, Spencer. You can do command up arrow and down arrow, and it will take you to the last places. Yeah.
So
There we go.
I
Condensed.
got another error.
Okay, so you were in UCF REU for sure.
yeah, and that's the one that I just created today earlier.
Okay, weird. All right, scroll down just a little bit there. Following will be updated. That's good. Okay. Looks okay. Done.
Everything looked okay on this aspect.
Okay, and then let me see it in the condo list there.
And it was the correct just OpenCV
Okay.
4.1.0.
Okay. And then, weird. And so, so I have that same little red thing.
Oh, you have it too?
Yeah, it's just an error warning. So what I'm going to do here, let me share mine again. We're going to try something here. We're going to get a little. Okay, so I'm going to try. So if you click on, you right click on OpenCV or CV2. Okay, so that didn't do it. So hover over CV2 and then you have more. The inspection is, that's not what I wanted either. All right, so let me, okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna close PyCharm. I'm gonna close my terminal because sometimes that's a weird problem, but. Actually, I can't close my terminal because I gotta copy and paste this stuff for people. So I'm just gonna try opening PyCharm one more time and letting it index its skeleton. And then if that does not work, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go conda remove OpenCV. And then I'm going to try doing pip install OpenCV Python, okay?
Okay. Yeah, so I could try the pip install and let you know how that goes.
Try that, message me and let me know how it goes in Slack.
Okay.
Okay, Callie?
I got a different error this time.
Okay, what does it say?
It's on the line that has the cv2.im show.
Yeah, okay.
And it says that cv2.error and then opencv something and then a file path. And then it says assertion failed and it starts listing things like size, height, and width.
Yes. So that means that your path is wrong. So have you put the image into the PyCharm project directory?
I think so.
So in PyCharm, in the
but I'm
top
not sure.
left corner, you should be able to see where the project is. So what did you name your
Okay.
project?
It didn't really let me name it, so it's Untitled 1.
Okay, that's fine. And then there should be a little arrow that allows you to drop down to show all of the files inside of Untitled 1.
Okay, I was looking for that and I couldn't find it.
And so when you click that, you should see like OpenCV testing, which is what I called mine. And what else do you see?
Not what I need to see.
So the image is not there.
Yeah. I don't know where this is in my file explorer though, because I was looking for that.
So that it was called figure_1.png.
Yeah, I moved it into I moved it into something to do with PyCharm, but I just didn't move it into the right place. How do I find a specific project in my like file explorer?
So
I don't see anything that says projects or anything like that.
I know on my end it's called PyCharm projects, but the best way to probably do that would be
I don't have it.
to open a new PyCharm project or to find a PyCharm project.
Wait, sorry, say that again?
So here's what I would do. I would open just any PyCharm window and then go up to File and just click Open. And that will by default take you to the place where it normally stores its stuff.
Okay. Huh. That's really weird.
I mean, worst case scenario, you just go back in the Slack and download the image again, but this time download it into the PyCharm project.
Yeah.
So why don't you share your screen with me and I'll
Okay.
help navigate.
Do you see it?
Okay, so
If I go
yeah, go to File, go to Open.
there, it just takes me here.
Okay, and then drop down Owner. And then scroll down there. We're looking for PyCharm projects. So it's a P, so it'll probably be on the lower end. There it is. Yep. No, you passed it. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not there. So check in the other untitled. Let's look for the image.
I don't think it's there. My image is here.
Oh,
But I don't know how to get. Where did I go? I went from users, owner.
well, no. So you don't have to do that. So here's what you can do. As long as both of those windows are open, so
Just drag it.
yeah, drag it over into and on top of Untitled, where it says Untitled 1 in the top left corner of your project. Not in that one. So close that little menu first. Yeah.
Over here.
Yeah, on top of the Untitled 1. There you go.
Do I hit refactor?
Cannot move. I don't know why it would say that.
I don't either.
So here's what I want you to do. Find any image on your computer. It doesn't have to be that one. Just find any random picture.
Where'd they go? And
Yeah.
try?
Yeah, use your headshot.
That worked.
Perfect. Okay, so now the image is in there. And then if you, so see how the image opened in that tab? If you right click that tab,
Yeah.
right click and copy path. There you go. It's like the 5th thing down.
There it is.
Yep, copy path.
Absolute path or
Absolute path is fine. That's fine. Okay, and then go back to your code. And then where you have relative path, because relative path is the string name you used. So, okay, that's fine. And then get rid of relative path inside of line 6 and replace it with image path.
okay.
Okay, so now
I'm
that
just going to change all these.
oh, weird. So weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
Change the file name, because see how it has spaces in it? So go on the very left-hand side, click on circuit for report and right-click, and your file window on the left. Yeah, you can do it there, I think. No,
This way?
can't- yeah, rename file.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah. And just get rid of the space. Okay. See at the bottom how it says file be renamed, just say do refactor.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Oh, hey, renamed it. That's cool.
Oh, nice. Okay, so now just run it and see what happens. So, yep. Bum, ba, ba, ba. It worked.
Cool.
Yeah, that's great. Do you feel like a million?
Thanks.
Yeah, do you feel like a million?
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's like, so if like I hadn't insisted that we like sit here and work through this, like little things like that, it's like that, if you didn't get that, then tomorrow you won't get the next thing, and it's like that can just really mess you up. So I'm so glad we got it working.
Yeah, me too. It was stressing me out a little bit.
Okay, well, good. All right, well, try that other stuff. Did you see in the chat section what Pedro put in there?
Yes, I did.
Okay, yeah, copy and paste that, and then if you lose it, let me know. Try to do some practice, but I know it was a long day. Okay?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.